Mike Davis, your thoughts on all this?
Well, what's very clear here is that the Presidential Records Act, not the Espionage Act, applies to former presidents' handling of their presidential records. President Trump is allowed to take his presidential records under the Presidential Records Act. Then Vice President Joe Biden was not allowed to steal Obama's classified records and use them to secure Ukraine funding, and he was not allowed to steal classified records when he was a senator. This is a political hit to take out Trump, and they know it.
I can't believe that it's that dystopian in this country right now. I mean, they are hyperventilating on every other network, and the major ones too, ABC, CBS, NBC. I mean, he took classified documents out of the White House. Whether or not he was a pain in the butt about giving them back, I mean, that's the obstruction. But who cares if he could declassify them anyways? What does that matter in the first place? They are going nuts over that story while they ignore the fact that Biden had way more documents and took documents perhaps to help himself in an illegal influence peddling scheme. And that story is nowhere, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, remember, Bill Clinton had 8 years, like 79 audio recordings of his presidency, highly classified recordings of his presidency and his sock drawer. And in a 2012 Obama judge ruling, the judge correctly held that if a president takes his presidential records when he leaves office, they are personal records, and it doesn't matter whether they're classified. Same thing here with Trump. They are not even citing the Presidential Records Act. They are lying to judges, lying to courts by saying the Espionage Act is controlling when it's not. It's the Presidential Records Act.
And Sebastian, they're exposing the dirtiest parts of our government on full display in this moment, things we were never meant to see. Their agenda is on full display. The fact that these phonies like Jamie Raskin scream about democracy constantly, they subvert it in a second to win an election. They willfully lie to the American people for political gain. We're seeing so many things about our government. They're exposing so much to do this thing that they really want to do. They have to, it's costing them a lot.
Well, remember, he wasn't meant to win. Hillary was supposed to win.
Yeah.
And then we wouldn't know any of this. We wouldn't know Steele dossier. We wouldn't know email server. We wouldn't know what they did in Haiti. We wouldn't know Uranium One. He wasn't meant to win. Remember, on the night of the election, the Huffington Post said Donald Trump has a 1% chance of winning and Hillary Clinton has a 93% chance. That's on the day of the election. Now they must stop him. They have nothing else. You can't win an election on 6 million illegals and record inflation. So how do they stop him? They want to put him in prison. This is the only thing he's got. Because remember, for 6 years, they called him a white supremacist, a Nazi, a fascist, and he got more votes than any other incumbent president in history. So the only way they can stop him is by using the courts and the FBI as a political weapon. But they will fail. If they don't fail, guess what? The American people will have something to say about that, and that's 74 million American people.
Yeah, it's really going to be a massive moment in this country about whether or not the people run the country or do the elites run the country, and that's the question. I got one quick question for you left, Mike. I don't have much time. They want to move this thing to Miami. It seems they've got this grand jury, in Miami now from D.C. What do you know about this?
I don't know if that's the case or not. They could just be getting grand jury evidence down there from witnesses in Florida who can't easily get to D.C. because they can always read these transcripts to the D.C. grand jury. If Jack Smith indicts in D.C., that just shows once again this is very political because they know it's a uniparty judge and 95% against Trump jury pool.
Yeah, I would say they would much prefer to be in D.C. than South Florida with all the Cuban Republicans, I would imagine. All right, gentlemen, good to see you both. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Rob.